Hi and welcome back. It's been about 2 weeks since I challenged Larry to read Micro by Michael Crichton and Richard Preston for the staff reading challenge. He's had a chance in that time to read it, and now we're here to see what he thinks of the book. So Larry, what were your general impressions of this book?
Hi Melissa. I thought it was a fairly easy read. There were some surprising plot turns throughout the whole book. It helped keep me engaged. It was a good suspense thriller with some science thrown in as well. I wouldn't call it a great book, but it was a good book. It was engaging.
Sure. And you have a science background. Can you tell us a little bit more about that and how you thought the science in the book went?
Yes. I actually have a bachelor's degree in chemistry and a minor in biology. So this was kind of up my alley, reading about in the natural world how various species use chemical and physical defense mechanisms as well. And the characters utilized their knowledge of those defenses in nature to help them get through some sticky situations as well.
Right. And there were some more fantastical scientific elements that, you know, might be a little bit more on the fantasy side. What did you think of the science behind those?
It's probably is a little difficult to believe that they could actually shrink a person to half an inch tall and everything with a person, and they can drive little teeny tiny robot vehicles that have been shrunk as well. So that part you have to kind of take as the fantasy part of this novel. But it was kind of like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids without honey, basically.
Right.
So that was a little bit difficult to believe, but it was part of the plot, so you just take it as it is.
Absolutely. And Michael Crichton always writes in a style that is easily convertible to a screenplay. Did you get that impression from this book?
It really felt like it was a movie screenplay all along. They even left some hooks at the end for a sequel as well.
Right.
So who knows, we may see a movie about it in the near future.
Right. And one of the aspects about this book is that it was started by Michael Crichton and then actually finished by Richard Preston. Could you tell a point which the authors switched over when someone else took up the gauntlet?
I really couldn't. I've seen people at various websites in particular say 30%, 60%, 90%. Michael Crichton's website itself says he did about 30% of the manuscript, but he had his notes and his outline and all of his research done. I thought Richard Preston did a very good job picking it up and continuing on with the theme of the book, and I felt it was pretty seamless.
Right, absolutely. So this is the last book that Michael Crichton wrote, or at least had a part in writing. Would you say that it was a good ending point?
He might not like it to be his legacy. I kind of prefer the old traditional novels like Andromeda Strain and Terminal Man, but as he developed over his career, since some of his novels turned into movies like Jurassic Park, and he was involved with ER, the television show, it seemed like maybe his writing did kind of move that direction as more pure entertainment than to satisfy those of us that like traditional science fiction.
Sure. So is this a book that you would recommend to people? And if so, what type of person do you think would really enjoy this book?
I think if you have a science background, if you enjoy science, as long as you take some aspects of it with a grain of salt, I think you would enjoy it. If you don't like science, it might get a little too detailed into that. Another thing that I enjoyed, the flora and fauna and nature of Hawaii.
Oh, yeah.
The book was set in Hawaii, and I've had the opportunity to go there 3 times, and the nature is just amazing. So if you like a thriller set in a beautiful scene with some science thrown in and some fantasy thrown in, and you like suspense with some unique twists and turns, you would probably enjoy it.
Well, fabulous. Thank you so much, Larry, for joining us and taking part in the staff reading challenge. It is now your turn to choose someone to challenge, and we look forward to seeing who you choose and what you choose for them to read.
All right, thank you, Melissa. I now have the opportunity to challenge Natalie. Natalie, your challenge is to read The Killer Angels by Michael Shara in 2 weeks.
Okay, Larry, I accept your challenge and look forward to reading your choice.
All right, I'll meet you back here in 2 weeks and we will discuss it.
All right.
Thank you.